G'day, Bravehearts. I'm Dr. Darrell Wolf, and I'm coming to you from Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo. I'm in Zihuatanejo right now. We've got some running around to do, and then we're going to be driving out to the airport. So I'm going to do another one a day on the way out to the airport from Zihuatanejo and show you how close our international airport is to Zihuatanejo. Today, my one a day is intentional, okay? Deconstruction, okay? Cut, poison, burn, and the last one is tear. And I'll explain all that to you. Now before I get into that, okay, this might be about a 20-minute one. I'll try to keep it as short as possible, but I want to just go over some things with you. So today I've been on the phone. I know it's Sunday, but I've been on the phone with patients that I couldn't catch up with. So, you know, I do everything from hemorrhoids to what they call cancer, stage 4 inflammation. Because there are no diseases, okay, I can teach anybody how to become a top practitioner, all right, when it comes to nutritional, emotional, and physical, becoming a practitioner. And if that person wants to take massive personal action, we can teach them in 9 days. And you're going to go, oh my God, we need to shut you down. You can't get away with this. Especially the medical system, or, you know, naturopathic doctors that have taken 4 years of study, they get really pissed off. Chiropractors get pissed off at me too. I don't attack them, but I'm telling you that everything was made to look complicated unless you're going to spend years at it and you're going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. I did say that. Then you would never ever become anything worthwhile called a practitioner. Anyways, that's not true. But here's the deal. So I'll tell you, first let me go through this. So I'm going to go through 2 calls I've done today already. So the first call is a very lovely lady. I think she's had around 13 surgeries. I'm not making this up, 13 surgeries. I know that she had radiation actually done on her brain. Okay, so she was going to come to the Ixtapa 5-star healing resort that we have here in Ixtapa, and she was going to come for a few weeks, or we were going to go to her. Dr. Sage was going to go to her, and he was going to teach a friend of hers that's I think she might be a massage therapist, on how to do the Wolf non-surgical on her whole body, because her whole body is scar tissue. Her whole body's scar tissue because she doesn't realize that she terrorizes herself. She lives in fear, and that's a large part of the population. The next thing is that, guess what? When she started getting symptoms, which are just love messages from your body saying that you're not in alignment with your true authentic self, she started going to a doctor. Oh my God, how does anybody rack up like 13 surgeries? My father racked up 9. Okay, my father actually had a belief that if he had something cut out every few years, he was going to live forever. I'm not kidding. It's amazing the things, you know, just get rid of it. Let me tell you something. If you can create, okay, fibroids, tumors, adhesions, lesions, scar tissue, calcification deposits in your body on an unconscious level because you didn't know any better, what do you think you could do if you were conscious? You could reverse the whole thing. And I don't care what age you are, you just have to not give up on yourself. So here's the deal. So she says, Dr. Wolf, you know, I'm still not able to come, but I do want to come. And I said, that's great. There's no rush. You come when you feel you want to come. Okay. And she goes, but you know, the perfect day diet you have me on now, and the nutraceuticals that you have me on, I know it's detoxifying my brain because I feel pressure in here. Okay. And from what I'm doing. And she goes, could this be dangerous? And I said to her, this is the whole deal. The whole deal is that people do not understand healing, okay? I said, you had radiation on your brain, so now you're detoxifying it. And do you know how I always say you have issues in your tissues? Well, because guess what? Whether it's emotional, a negative emotion, whether it's a negative chemical or poison, if your body can't get rid of it, it's going to keep it. Now, believe it or not, I said this to her, and I meant this. I said, listen, that radiation, whether it's radiation or chemo or antibiotics or any other drug, because they're all made out of petroleum, okay? When you come in with it too fast, your body can't get rid of it. So instead of it creating some type of mutation, it actually will bring it into the tissues to lock it down, okay? So to keep you safe. I said, now that you're bringing up and you're changing your emotional beliefs, you've changed your diet, you also are coming off the drugs that you were taking. So just know this, if you ever take a drug, or if you're taking a prescription drug, you will never detoxify the other drugs. If you're taking a prescription drug, you'll never detoxify the other drugs. Guess you won't. You can't do it. I said, now that you're coming off of the drugs, guess what? And you're bringing up your vibration. Now we go into the healing. Look, there was a beautiful lady, and she was from Singapore, and they told her that she had nasal cancer, okay? They radiated her whole area here around her nose. She came to Ixtapa, to the 5-star healing, and understand something. She said, I need to get well. You know, I had like 30 radiation treatments plus chemo, okay? And then she says, I don't even believe I had cancer. And the reality is that she probably didn't. But when she actually went on the advanced water fast, we started doing the cell sonic on her, the non-surgical. She went on the juicing diet. We did a lot of different things, and we put her on some really high vibrational nutraceuticals that we have. Understand something. She started having where it looked like her nose was going to rot off, and right in here, and I just said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just keep applying the silver bullet gel with the frankincense and the C60 oil on it, and we'll keep on soaking pads with the infinite iodine and putting on it. She doesn't have any scars. She totally healed. So let's go back to the lady. So now she had radiation on her brain. I said, so here's the deal. So now what happens is as the radiation is coming out, you're going to take on more water to dilute the actual radiation so it's not so toxic. But you need the water on the brain also, because water washes and cleans things, right? So we're trying to create, like, let's say a river in the brain. We got to dilute the poison and we got to wash it out. So, you know, we have her on all kinds of things like Merigen for her brain. We have her on the C60 for her brain, the Black Diamond for her brain. There's a few other things. But I said, just relax, and do yourself a favor, because guess what? When you have faith in what has God created, not what man's created, and everything that I have is the highest vibrational frequency purity, and it does. My products rock, and I said, there's nothing ever going to be wrong. But if you go and you tell anybody, like your friends, your neighbors, your children, or anybody that, you know, I feel pressure from this, guess what they're going to do? Everybody's been trained to terrorize themselves and terrorize each other. And remember what I said in today's one a day? Intentional deconstruction. And understand something, I'm going to get to that, because we are in intentional deconstruction of the whole financial system and in the whole health system right now. I'm telling you the truth. Now, here we go. So I'm saying, look at, okay, now this person, she considers herself a God-fearing person. I humble myself down in front of God, but I'm not a God-fearing person. I don't fear God. But anyways, I just said to her, I said, once you have faith in that which you call universal creator, and you have faith in your body, you won't have fear. I said, everything I've given you is totally pure, high vibrational, and if we don't give you high vibrational frequency products and new belief systems, you're never going to clear this radiation out, because you have to understand, everything vibrates. So if I give you if the radiation vibrated here, and I give you things here, okay, that are vibrating this high, it kicks this out. So in kicking out the radiation, we are now bringing it out of the cells. Do you know where the radiation is? It's in every cell in her brain. So guess what? She'll even come to me and she'll go, oh my gosh, my thinking's all foggy and I just feel so foggy. And I'm going, yeah, because it was mummified, the radiation. Now it's coming out. And I can give you other stories too, and these are true. And I don't care. If somebody want to come on and challenge me, you come on my show right now. Come on here so everybody can see, whether you're a doctor, you're a scientist. This is all logical stuff. Now, I talked to another beautiful lady this morning. Her name is Manuela. She's probably watching right now. So she's got the size of almost a golf ball, okay? All right? It's an actual lipoma cyst right here on her neck, okay? So now, they want to cut it out. Now, do you know what kind of cut they're going to have to do? If that's almost the size of a golf ball, do you know how traumatic that's going to be on her throat? Oh, look, somebody's asking, why do you have the glasses on? Well, because these are fluorine lenses, okay? And when you're on blue light, just so you know, I'll deviate for 1 second. Every phone, every iPad, every TV, okay? All right? Every computer is giving off frequencies to program humans. And the blue light that comes off, they could have put red light therapy on all of these electronics and it would be healing us. I told you, it's intentional deconstruction. And these are made by Tesla. These are fluorine lenses. You know how I tell people to take C60? I'm going to tell you a story about it. Anyways, the C60 molecule is actually embedded into these lenses. There's all the blue light coming off of here, or any 5G or any frequencies that hit my eyes, it's all turned into healing. Well, you know what? I used to wear glasses, okay? I used to wear glasses 15 years ago, maybe 17 years ago, between the C60, the fluorine glasses, and Bioptron. I've got perfect vision. Whether it's long or it's short, I've got perfect vision now. You can have whatever you want. And I'm going to tell you, you can think I'm really cocky, but I know how to do it. I know how to take any disease, which is just a symptom, which is just a love message from the body saying you are out of alignment emotionally and physically, because your emotional rules your physical. And that's what makes your personality. And if you actually were to change your belief systems about yourself and the world, your personality changed. You just had a lot more fun. Okay, let's get back to the story. So I told her, get frankincense, which is the most powerful frankincense, okay? We carry all these products. Get DMSO gel, all right? And then get C60, and then we're gonna mix those together. Sometimes we'll use singular. I told her the protocol, how to do it. So, hi, Dr. Wolf, how you doing? It's swelling, okay? Now, in this case, I told her when it comes to this lipoma, okay, all right, I said, here's the deal. If you let them cut that out, you're gonna have a big scar, and it's gonna build scar tissue here, and then you would have to, after it heals, if you don't go see a Wolf non-surgical therapist and get cell sonic regeneration, I'm telling you the truth, you're gonna grow something worse, because no matter where you get surgery in the body, you're gonna get scar tissue, and it's gonna block the circulation. And if your oxygen levels come down in the cells by 35% for just even 3 or more days, the cell goes into mutation. And guess what? Don't believe me? Only one person in the world got the Nobel Prize, and that was Dr. Otto Warburg for the discovery of cancer. There's that story. So now this thing is swelling and getting bigger. I said, I'm going to help you out here. Did you know that every star before it dies, it will actually get much larger? It can even get 10 times its size before it dies. Now, did you ever notice something? The bigger, the fatter that people get. Do fat people have less energy or more energy than somebody who's more of a normal weight? Does an obese person have less energy or more energy than a fat person? And does a fat person have more energy or less energy than somebody who is slim and trim and toned? So the bigger something gets, the less energy it has. So in the case of her lipoma growth, which they think could be cancerous, which just means stage 4 inflammation. If we bring down the inflammation, then we don't have what they call cancer, so we don't have to freak out, do we? So if you look at everything in the body as inflammation, every illness, every disease, every symptom that they say. So anyways, I said, yes, it's going to get bigger. She's going to send me a picture today, so I'll take a look at it. But I've got nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about that. It will take about 3 to 6 weeks, and that thing will shrink, gone. So now she could have had it cut out, or she could have got rid of the issues in her tissues that are a mental, emotional, and physical toxicity. And that was a weak point for her. And actually your personality will pick your disease and your disorder. Isn't that nice? Okay, that's why I'll never have a disease or a disorder. I never will. And you can think, you're pretty cocky, aren't you? And I say, no, I'm not really cocky. I just know that I'm logical, and we have lost all logic. I'm telling you right now, we are on our way out to the airport to pick up 2 people that are coming here to the DOD 5-star healing retreat. And understand something, we knock it out of the park all the time. Okay, I give a money back guarantee to anybody who comes to me and gets non-surgical or cell sonic or a consultation. I give them a money back guarantee. Let me ask you, how many practitioners do that? And I do it because understand something. We have to give people back their power. And that's it right now. I don't give the money back guarantee because it's a marketing ploy. You know, you're either good at what you do or you're not. So I challenge every other practitioner out there to start giving money back guarantees. And then if that doesn't seem to work for you, then you better bring your game up. End of story. Okay, so let's get to it. So intentional deconstruction. Okay, first of all, let's just know this. I talked about it yesterday, that the whole medical system, it only works on petroleum. Okay, so all of those drugs, all of the medication, everything that you take, the chemos, mustard gas, radiation, you might as well stick your head in your own microwave. Okay, and all the drugs you take are made out of petroleum. So, you know, why would you ever take petroleum? No logical person would ever put petroleum in their body. And understand something, the Rockefellers, like I said yesterday, at 1910, okay, that's when we lost faith in our healing, we lost faith in God, but a lot of people are very religious, and they have this religion, but they don't have faith. Because the reality is I'm telling you right now, I challenge every religious person out there that if you had faith, you wouldn't be on drugs. And if you actually had faith and you actually knew what healing was, you would embrace nature with your heart and your soul. And that's it. So here we go. I'm going to tell you about it. So, not that I look that great or anything like that, so I'm not saying that. But, you know, I turned 67 years old, and the reality is guess what? This morning I did an hour swim. We're going to go pick up this couple, bring them to the DOD 5-star World Healing Retreat where they stay. And then I'm going to go and do what? Well, I'm going to work around the property, and I'm going to play pickleball and then go for another swim this afternoon. So I'm trying to tell you something. When I'm 90 years old, I'll be doing the same thing. Do you know why? I'm going to explain it to you. The human body, okay, try to picture it like a river. Now picture this river pristine, okay, and picture the circulation in this river is great. There's no dams. There's nobody throwing garbage into the river, because if there's dams, you slow the circulation down in the human body. And understand something. Every medical doctor was trained on an unconscious, subconscious level to cause a damn mess. Now, what is that mess? Well, that's robbing Peter to pay Paul. You're taking the calcium from your bones, and it's either going in your joints, and we'll call that arthritis, okay? We'll call it osteoporosis. We'll call it osteopenia, osteoarthritis. But guess what? When the calcium comes out of your bones, it either goes into your tissues. What about calcium deposits in the breast? And what if I told you I can break up a calcium deposit in the breast without any negative effect with a cell sonic regeneration, okay? And proper nutraceuticals, all right? And what about the calcium deposits in your kidneys? Because those are called kidney stones, because you've got too much sugar, too much protein, and you've got the fear of loss. What about gallstones, which are actually just made out of cholesterol and also made out of calcium? And let's just say this, there is no such thing as any bad cholesterol. So all of you on statins, just get ready for dementia and Alzheimer's. And if you have a loved one that you're married to on statins, just know that you're going to have to wipe their bum or put them in a nursing home, because statins only have one purpose, and that is to shrivel the brain up like a raisin. Okay, that's a damn lie. Statins are a damn lie. And understand something, nobody nobody is ever in trouble for cholesterol problems. And understand, without cholesterol, guess what? You don't have your hormones balanced. Without cholesterol, you know 20% of your brain is cholesterol. 50% of the outside of the cell is made out of cholesterol. Cholesterol is the most important hormone in the body. And yes, you will make more cholesterol when you are stressed out. You will make, and why? Because guess what? When you're stressed out, what are you doing? You're causing inflammation, which causes dehydration and cracking of the arterial walls on the inside. So the cholesterol goes in like candle wax to goop that up until it heals. And understand something. When people have arterial sclerosis, that's not cholesterol problem. That is a scar tissue problem and a calcium problem. Listen to me. Whether you believe this or not, but medical doctors don't even know. Physiotherapists don't know. A lot of chiropractors don't know. Okay, most acupuncturists don't know that it's a scar tissue calcification issue. You can always turn the scar tissue back into beautiful connective tissue. I know how to do it. I'm going to give you a money back guarantee that if you're booked for surgery, that you're not going to go. And if you do have to go, then I'll refund you. But after that first treatment, when you can put the cane over by the wall, okay, or when you're walking with that walker and you can hardly move, let me tell you something. I talked to a lady today, and she has 2 canes now, and they told her she has to do a walker. And this lady's she's not old. She's not old by any means. She's 68 years old. I told her, if you want to come down here to the DOD 5-star, we'll do cell sonic regeneration, we'll do non-surgical, and we'll do about 20 to 30 hours of non-surgical. And guess what? You will not have the walker, you will not have the canes anymore. I have what's called a cardio med bed, and it will bring back perfect circulation to her body. And guess what? The non-surgical will open up the scar tissue, because what happens is this. Let's say that this is just healthy tissue, because now we got blood flow, energy flow, lymph flow, and we got the electricity in all the cells, because we're electrical human beings. That's right. When you don't have any electricity, your spirit is passed on and you've gone. Now, so what happens is through taking petroleum medication, because that's all you're doing if you go to your medical doctor. Oh, I'm going to go see my doctor. Oh, really? Well, what's your choices? Chemotherapy, radiation, petroleum pills, okay, or surgery? Yes or no? Okay, so now what happens is because anything that's toxic will create inflammation. Inflammation means inflame. That causes dehydration of the tissues. Now the tissues actually, the cells start to stick together. Okay, all right, they start to stick together, and then because of dehydration, guess what? It starts to shrink like a piece of beef jerky. And now I've got a knot in my neck. I've got a knot in my breast called a fibroid or a tumor. And guess what? They used to call fibroids if they weren't malignant, and then they called tumors, okay, they would call tumors something that was malignant. Now they call them all tumors so they can scare the living crap out of everyone. Oh, we wouldn't want to be wrong. What if we're wrong? Wouldn't want to be wrong. Let's just call them all tumors and scare the living crap out of everyone. And the difference is just the height of inflammation. And then the more the inflammation, the more scar tissue is tighter and harder, and the more calcium goes into that fibroid, and it becomes calcified, because calcium is the last ditch effort. Any woman that has calcium deposits in her breast, she's just on the edge of getting breast cancer, which they call cancer, and I call stage 4 inflammation. And then guess what? You women, okay, any woman that goes in now and gets breast surgery or biopsies, you better watch out, because they don't tell women that they're putting a tracker in their breast. And they put a tracker in there. Now you're a science experiment to track you. This is to track you. And then guess what? That tracker they put in your breast, what do you think that is? Do you ever have a sliver? It causes pus, irritation, and swelling. What do you think that tracker's going to do? Pus, irritation, and swelling. It's going to cause scar tissue and calcium to come in, and inflammation, and oh my God. And anybody that goes in and has any type of surgery, that surgery is going to create a scar, and that's called a dam mess. And it dams up everything, and now you can't get the oxygen, and you can't get the blood supply in there. Anybody, I'm telling you right now, you ever come to me after you do surgery and you're healed from the surgery, if you do have it, I'll go in there and you give me 5 to 10 minutes, and you're going to go, oh my God, Dr. Wolf, I can't believe it. I just feel so wonderful now. I'll pull the scar tissue apart, and it'll turn into connective tissue within minutes. Within minutes. Look at scar tissue. Okay, Grandpa, why are you walking like a board? Well, because he's as stiff as a board. Are you in pain? You look like you're in pain. No, he's not in pain, because all his nerves and all the nerves have been wrapped with scar tissue and calcification. He doesn't feel anything anymore. He's totally numbed out. But there was a time in his life that he was in severe pain. But now he's just been mummified, calcified. Okay, scar tissue is the issue. So the reality is so what did I tell you? Every joint in your body is a bend in the river. Remember when I said if you want to throw garbage into the river and then you want to dam up the river? So now, if you dam up the river, so let me tell you something right now. All inflammation, all swelling, all stiffness, and all redness is because of a block. A physical block called scar tissue or calcification. And understand something right now. You go to a doctor or somebody and they go, oh my God, you've got too much circulation going on here. Look how red it is. Well, no, they don't. You don't. You've got inflammation, but you don't have circulation. And you have inflammation because you have a swamp. What came first, the mosquito or the swamp? The swamp. Now understand something. I am as loose as a goose because I don't have scar tissue in my joints. I don't have calcification in my joints. I don't have crystallization in my joints. Okay? Anybody, you can reverse anything you want. Understand, the only virus on this planet is called victimitis. And understand this, they are deconstructing us to reconstruct us. Look at, I told you this yesterday in the One A Day. They don't want us dead. They want us sick and then dead. My God, you worked all your life. You worked for all that money, okay? And now you're sick. Okay, so you work for 50 years, okay? You work for 50 years to try to build up your money because it's all so important. Money cannot be important because you're coming from a survival technique or you're coming from the poor man, poor woman, poverty consciousness. You cannot have that, okay? That's where they have the stronghold down here on this planet. Remember, this planet is always going to run the way it's running. It's not going to run any different. Okay, when you go to play Monopoly, you got to go by the rules. And this is a slave planet for anybody who doesn't want to love, honor, and respect themselves and stop following the herd. And understand something right now. Where do you hurt? Where do you hurt on your body? Point to it. Where do you hurt? That's scar tissue. Oh, I feel a pain in my chest sometimes. Well, that's scar tissue calcification. That can be reversed with a cardio med bed and cell sonic regeneration, a little bit of non-surgical. Oh, I get a pain in my neck here. Well, that's because you have a scar tissue knot. And then when you get stressed out or you try to work out and you cause any bit of swelling, it puts pressure on here, then gives you a headache, or the pain comes down your arm. Okay, oh, I'm starting to kind of drag my leg because my hip. Well, that's, understand, when they tell you that you're bone on bone and you got to have hip surgery, I'm telling you that you don't have to go to surgery. I have had nobody go to surgery for hip, knee, elbow, shoulder, neck, or spine that I know of that's come to treat us in the last 9 years. And you're going to go, well, he's a liar. And I'm going to tell you, no, I'm not. I'm going to tell you that you're so programmed that believe that you have to be cut, poison, and burned. And understand right now, today was called cut, poison, burn, and tear. Well, guess what? You think I could, what is your thoughts on infrared saunas? I think infrared saunas are great. Okay, I have infrared, anything is great. Okay, I think Avicen is better. It's 400% better. Putting your hand in an Avicen, and it does way more than a sauna. But I think saunas are great. I'm not putting them down. Okay, but look at this. See, you take a look. You take a look at everybody around you for your age, and then what happens is that you compare yourself to the majority. Anybody that compares himself to anybody your age or to what they call normal, you're screwed. You're screwed. Okay, there's nothing normal about me. We already know that. Okay, we already know that I'm some kind of health nut quack. You know, the reality is if you don't fit in, okay, all right, that means you got to stand out, and that means you got to stand up for yourself, and that means you've got to have an inner standing that you've got to love yourself unconditionally and care for yourself more than anything else. Here's Lori, right here. She just did the shopping.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, all right. And you know what? You can follow us. Drop in every few years and see how well we're doing. Okay? No matter what's going on with the planet, damn it, we're just going to have a great day every day, aren't we, honey?
We certainly are.
And trust me, with opening up the Braveheart Nation studios, okay, and the BHN app. It's the world's biggest health app coming out on September 15th. Go jump on it, bhnapp.com. It's free. It's free. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to rock 1 billion people's world. I'm going to teach 1 billion people on this planet, and I said 1 billion, on how to love, honor, and respect themselves. You can drive if you want, hon. To love, honor, and respect themselves. That's the mission here. That's the mission. Okay? Yes, we do have, you can challenge me. We have the best nutraceuticals. And understand something, whether you come to me or go to someone else, you better take 30% of your money that you spend on food every week and start buying really great nutraceuticals, because guess what? You're not getting the nutrition out of your food. You're not. I hope you know that if you live in a large city, the average, if you go to a supermarket, which is owned by BlackRock and Vanguard, okay, which are really, they're the ones that create the wars, and then they run to the rescue. Oh my God, we are just so dumb. This group is just going to just totally take down the planet for a few years here now. But anyways, you better take part of the money that you spend at the supermarket and buy yourself some great nutraceuticals. And you want to make sure, you want to look at this. You want to make sure that you get all your trace minerals, okay? Look at my Beyond Ormus electrolyte minerals. They do have the highest electrical charge of all minerals. Those minerals actually come off of Antarctica, off the Arctic, sorry. And then they get turned into plant minerals because of the algae. But they have the highest electrical charge. You want to make sure minerals come first, fatty acids come second, amino acids come next, and then a whole plant-based high vibrational diet. Look at those things and then do the best you can for yourself. But if you're shopping in a large supermarket chain, just know that BlackRock owns it, and they are harvesting the whole planet and deconstructing the whole financial system. There's going to be a flip switch overnight, and they're deconstructing human beings. But they've been doing that for a long time. I mean, think about this. If you've got a valve in your heart, okay, which you never needed to get, just know this, that 95% of all heart surgeries never had to get done. And if you don't believe me, go to bhnpowerpack.com or cardiomedbed.com, and you're going to find out that I'm not lying. You're going to find out that all of those things that you think you need to replace, okay? You know what? As far as I'm concerned, all right, in 1910, when Rockefeller came out with all the petroleum products that everybody's taking in today, all right, that was the end. We left God behind. Yeah, that's the way, honey. And we left nature behind. Well, if we're going to the airport, we go that way. Okay? Are we? Okay. So we left God behind back in 1910. There's a lot of religious people, but they have no faith in their healing, and I don't think they even know what God is. And the reality is I'm not telling you I do, but I just know that I humble myself down in front of that universal creator, and I do not fear that universal creator, because guess what? Think about it. Coming down to a planet that lies, cries, and justifies. I mean, you come into your mother's womb, and both your parents are adulterated. They don't know how to love themselves. They don't know how to love each other. They don't know how to feed themselves. They don't know how to feed each other. That usually doesn't come until the child's like half grown. Because guess what? They have ruled, schooled, and fooled us for so long. I mean, anybody here, please, never, like, okay, there was a beautiful lady came on, her name was Julie, and she was putting herself down today because of all the surgeries, all the drugs, all the chemicals, and all that she has. And I said, you cannot put yourself down. You know what? Everybody gets lied to. Everybody gets set up. And understand something, everybody gets taught to disrespect and dishonor themselves. I mean, you go to school and you want to go to the bathroom, you got to put your hand up, and you're lucky if you can go. And then you're going to either think you're going to pee your pants, or you got to hold on to the poo, and then you lose the urge to go and have a bowel movement, when guess what? That's a computer printout, and you don't stop that printout. You know, they stopped nature when you went to school. And the nature of things is this, is I love the creator of everything, and I don't have a clue of what it is. And then you go, well, you're some dummy, Daryl. You just need to read my religious book and you'd know all about it. Well, there's only 45 1,000 different religions out there, and if it's okay with you, my religion is going to be unconditional love for all my brothers and sisters on this planet. I was raised a born-again Christian, and understand, I learned a lot. I learned how to respect, but I didn't learn how to honor myself. Okay, I had to honor everyone else except myself. Is it okay if I just change some of the rules a little bit? Probably not, but I don't care, because I am going to have the best day every day, and I'm going to live in the present moment, and I'm going to own it. On October the 9th, I start a whole life coach course. This is the first time in the history, and I've been doing them since I was 28 years old, and that's almost 40 years, okay? And understand something. People are scared. They're scared out there. And understand, you being scared or fearful is going to destroy you, and that's the deconstruction. And understand this, I have 4 people coming to this course, and whether I have 4 people or I have 40 people, I am going to be on my game, okay? Because it's never been about the money, honey, okay? It's about the enlightenment. It's about going out there and going, yeah, I put a smile on that person's face. Yes, that person is out of pain now, not because of me, but because they set themselves free from the deconstruction, okay? No more cut, poison, and burn, and no more tearing out. How would you like to go out and play with your grandchildren, okay? And even your great-grandchildren? How would you like to do that? Stop comparing yourself to everybody else, or you're toast. Remember something, you got 50 trillion cells that are listening to what you say every day. And take a look. I look pretty damn good, don't I? That's right. And I'm going to look good every day because I have unconditional love and care for myself, and the world is going to go to war with itself like it hasn't in a long time. And I'm going to mind my business, which is what? Teaching unconditional love and care, and let the people who want to go to war and think that they're fighting for something, because they're not. Okay? I'm not a freedom fighter. I'm a freedom lover. Thanks for joining me. You have a beautiful day.